cheated on, had this man's children, publicly humiliated by him, beautiful, successful, criminal, held him down, cheated on.
You know, considering what Cardi B used to do to men, I'd cheat on her too just to piss her off.
Cheated on, had this man's children, publicly humiliated by him. We all got a dope album out of it. Cheated on, publicly humiliated, cheated on, cheated on, cheated on. This gorgeous woman was cheated on with an SW, with the nanny. Princess Di? Oof. Halle Berry? Jennifer Lopez with the hairstylist? Gabrielle Union? Remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger knocked up his housekeeper while he was married?
Yes, because men with high social status and a lot of money have more than one woman. It's always been that way, and it's not gonna change.
A lot of times people say in my videos, "You're so jaded. It's not our fault that you chose bad men." No, boo, I just have eyeballs. I just am looking at the world around me.
Sweetie, according to your TikTok page, the world you live in is this.
So last October, I randomly get a DM from this chick. And she's like, hey, would you like $70,000 to go to Saudi Arabia? Or it was Dubai. She's like, yeah, we'll give you like $70,000 cash to come to Dubai and just like be an atmosphere model. And I was like, well, I wasn't born yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and say no thank you to that. But I thought it was funny, so I sent the conversation to my friend who's a promoter.
My name is a pimp named Slickback.
Thinking that he might know a little bit more about it. And he was like, no, that's real. Don't do it. Because it's obviously, they can get sketchy, but that's a real thing. And I said, oh, okay. And he said, well, why don't I like hook you up with people here? He's like, I know princes and stuff in LA. Why don't I set you on dates with some people?
Right.
Propaganda tool.
Surprise, surprise. A female director behind a movie that focused on how society overlooks women gets overlooked by one of the most prestigious awards in cinema.
Good.
If you think he's cheating on you, check his phone. I don't give about privacy. Check his phone, check his laptop, check his computer, his work computer, his tablet. Check it all.
Yeah, and in my case, that's how people end up in really awkward arm locks that don't leave any visible marks on the body. But by all means, continue the cringe.
You need to be absolutely sure. And I will tell you why I advocate for this. 10 years ago, I was engaged to a man who, for the entire year that we were engaged, was giving me all of the signs that he was hiding something. I knew deep down in my gut that this man was cheating on me, but I had no evidence of it. The one thing I hadn't done, though, was I hadn't checked his phone. Now, I had the password to his phone, and I know in his mind he thought that by giving me the password that was somehow making him look more trustworthy, but he had this phone glued to his body like it was an organ. And when we first met, that phone used to go off constantly. I always heard texts come through, I always heard phone calls come through, his Snapchats, whatever. But all of a sudden, like maybe a month after we were together, he had silenced everything on his phone. I never heard any notifications come through. Then he started hiding his phone under the pillow at night. Now, when I go to sleep at night, my phone's on the charger, but he always had his phone under the pillow. But then Super Bowl Sunday comes around, and his team that he bet on won, so he got completely wasted and knocked the hell out in bed and had no idea that I had pulled that phone out from under the pillow. So I go through the phone, and he thought he was smart. He had deleted all the text messages and all of the pictures and video on his phone itself, but what he forgot about was the cloud. So I went through the cloud, and guess what I found? I found hundreds of photos and videos of him with multiple women. I probably counted, I think, over 20 at that point, but I'm sure, based on the information I later got, that he had cheated on me with over 50, maybe 100, okay?
So, you're telling me that a woman whose entire TikTok page is her talking crap about men has crap taste in men?
I'm shocked.
I'm not.
Now, imagine if I hadn't trusted my instincts.
Sweetie, listen. If your instincts were actually any good, you wouldn't have gotten with him in the first place. But at the end of the day, it's a good thing that you found out, because now he's enjoying a roster of 50 to 100 women, while here you are, airing your dirty laundry on TikTok, fishing for sympathy likes. He won.
And I've been saying this for the absolute longest. I'm not finna post. You can't force me to post you. You not finna come into my life and or I'm gonna come in your life and you gonna try to guilt trip me into posting you because what? You trying to mark your territory?
I'm sorry, I gotta be that person. I gotta talk about this because I'm so tired of seeing people talk about hiding what you are doing. You're hiding your significant other from people on social media. Tell me how somebody can have that much power to stop what you got going on in your relationship. If that foundation is not there, that's your fault. If that foundation is not there in your relationship, that is literally your fault, because how is posting who you are with is going to mess up what you got going on.
That has nothing to do with it. It's just that, unlike most Western women, most men don't live their lives on social media.
You're goddamn right.
Nobody is telling you to tell the ins and outs of your relationship. Nobody's saying to post when y'all are having an argument, when things are going left and right. You literally are posting a picture, just like you post a picture of yourself, just like you post a picture of your food, where you're at. If you're not a person that's on social media, I'm not talking about you. So if you never post yourself, cool. But if you're somebody that is on social media all the time and you're telling me that you can't post the person that you are with.
You know what, sweetie? If you're gonna demand that a man post you as his girlfriend on social media, there are some questions you need to ask yourself first. Number 1, did you post him as your boyfriend on social media?
No.
2, are you willing to stop posting borderline naked pictures of yourself on social media?
What?
3, are you willing to delete your Instagram if he tells you to? And 4, are your DMs free of thirsty simps that want to get into your pants? If the answer to any of these questions is no, then respectfully, go pound sand.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.